This week we recreated Unsolved from BuzzFeed.
Thank you, Ryan Vergara and Shane Madej.
Dawson.
Dawson?
What's his name?
Shane Madej.
Shane Madej.
Or something like that. Madej? Something like that.
This week on Left Side Studios Unsolved, we cover the Great Amherst Mystery. That's pretty good, I think.
That was good.
One of the most bizarre and well-known cases of ongoing paranormal activities was that of the Great Amherst Mystery, taking place in Amherst, Nova Scotia. Esther Cox and her family's supernatural torment began in 1878. There were countless witnesses to the experiences they claimed, which included their neighbors, scientists, clergymen, doctors, and investigators.
Bum, bum, bum.
I just want to point out I'm harnessing like my best Ryan Vergara
You're doing great. I'm almost too focused on your voice
to listen to
to
the story.
like listen to the story.
Don't focus on the voice, listen to the story.
Okay, like something about doctors, right?
No. Moving on.
Unlike many other cases of hauntings, the supposed poltergeist did not plague the household. Rather, it followed Esther wherever she went. For 18 horrifying years, the girl would move from place to place in hopes of leaving her unwanted follower behind. The hauntings began in August of 1878 while Esther lived with her family in a small cottage in Amherst. Esther unfortunately fell victim to a sexual assault by a man named Bob McNeil, where he held her at gunpoint. Even worse, he was a family friend that Esther had grown to trust and even care for.
That's horrible.
It is horrible. Me too. Hashtag me too.
I know.
Okay, we shouldn't joke. Okay.
It's not funny.
It's not funny. Alright. It's like, what is that? A coping mechanism where you laugh in
yeah.
uncomfortable situations? That's what it is!
That's totally me.
Yeah, me too.
Really?
Yeah.
Oh my gosh, I'm so happy.
It's like when every time I've like broken up with someone, I started laughing. I know, it's really bad. Okay, anyway, moving on. You got me in a giggly. Okay, let me calm down with some horrible wine. Okay. Did I get it?
Oh no, I don't know what that is.
Oh wait, I got it, look.
Oh my gosh, its wing is twitching.
It's gone.
Okay. After this traumatic incident, Esther's life began to spiral downward. Her sisters claimed to witness her cry at night, and she began falling into a state of depression. Soon after, her sister Jane, who shared a bedroom with her, began to complain of rustling sounds underneath the bed.
Wait, so did she get depressed and like these weird things started happening before she got raped or after?
After she got raped.
So these, like, the supernatural stuff didn't happen until after she got raped.
So let me finish the story.
Okay.
Okay.
After some time, these sounds began to escalate and the girls began experiencing scarier things.
Okay, no more laughing!
Okay.
This is serious.
Let me have one.
Okay. Okay.
One of these experiences occurred when
Elena!
I'm sorry. Okay.
One of these experiences occurred when Esther's body became engorged, causing her extreme pain as if she were to explode. Her body temperature would drastically change from hot to frozen. She experienced tremors
From hot to frozen.
What is weird about that? It's too
Frozen isn't a temperature.
Well, really cold.
Okay.
She experienced tremors and she would lose awareness of her surroundings. Items began to fly across the room with no explanation or reason. Writing even began to appear on the wall near Esther's bed, displaying malicious words such as, "Esther, you are mine to kill." These events were not only witnessed by Esther and Jane, however more people began to be aware of the occurrences, such as her brother, her sister Olive, Olive's husband Dan, and Dan's brother. To remedy these frightful events, the family decided to call in a doctor, Dr. Carrot.
Of course. Oh my god! Wait.
What? You're so mean. I don't know if that's how it's pronounced. Oh my god. I don't know if that's how it's pronounced. Look, you tell me. It's spelled like that.
Okay, so
wait, how is it
what
pronounced?
does Dr. Carrot say?
Wait, is it Carite? Carite?
Why would they call in a doctor?
Because they were scared.
But things are flying across the room.
Yeah, but they thought
Doctors
maybe
don't diagnose that.
Yeah, but their immediate thought wasn't she's possessed.
Oh, okay.
Okay.
That's fair.
Alright. Dr. Carrot could not believe what he was being told upon taking the case. He became witness to a few of the ongoing occurrences, specifically the loud, unknown noises. Neighbors even began to hear these events, and they themselves became frightened. To escalate the situation, Esther began to hear voices in her head telling her to do horrifying things. It finally came to the point where the family needed a resolution. They decided to send Esther away from home in hopes that the activity would cease. However, this was not the case. She began living with a family who she worked for in a saloon. However, the activity did not skip a beat. Now more and more people began to witness the horrifying events that were the everyday norm of this girl. A knife even flew through the air on one of the nights that Esther was working and stabbed her. When removed by a civilian, it flew back and entered the same wound it had just created. Every time Esther would try to change her place of residence, the horrors would intensify. Homes would burn down, items would be broken. However, finally, after being accused of arson, Esther was imprisoned and she spent about a month in her cell.
That's so sad.
Surprisingly, after this event, Esther's paranormal experiences began to fade away. She continued on with her life and married 2 times. She eventually had children of her own and moved away to Massachusetts with her second husband. Although Esther was able to go on with her life, people were left wondering what the reason was behind the bizarre events that transpired throughout Amherst all those years. Ooh.
Okay.
So let's get into theories. Theory number 1. PTSD. All these events could be explained with post-traumatic stress disorder, being that everything explained only happened after Esther was sexually assaulted may give truth to this explanation. The events may have continued as she felt the need for attention after enduring her hardship. Then, just as most life phases come to an end, she grew out of her coping mechanism and moved on as a functional individual. What do you think about that?
Well, that's very likely. Or she got put in prison and it scared her and she stopped pulling that crap.
Yeah, but that doesn't explain all those crazy things that were happening. Yeah, she can make up, I'm hearing things in my head.
Yeah.
But how does that explain all the noises, the things flying in the air?
Well, I know there's a lot of electronic. What is it called?
You're getting ahead of yourself.
Okay.
Which brings us to theory number 2. Electricity. Was electricity the agent at work when mysterious occurrences transpired? Were people mesmerized by it all and wanted to believe that it was paranormal activity as opposed to scientific reasoning?
Always.
Yeah, but what about things that didn't have to do with movement? What about the noises?
Well, noises come from what is it called? When there's more magnetic areas on Earth. And that's
How many times are you gonna say magnet?
Magnet! But yeah, that's used to explain noise a lot. What is it called? Electromagnetic frequencies, yes.
But I thought they said that people say that electromagnetic electromagnetic frequencies are what spirits use to communicate with.
Yeah, so people that believe in that stuff would say that that's what spirits say. And then scientists would say it's coming from the earth.
So the earth is screaming?
No.
The earth is throwing things about?
Yeah. I mean, okay, what year was this? I forget.
It was 1878.
And there's no, proof?
What do you mean? They didn't have, phones back then.
They had cameras.
Yeah, but you know how long it would take to develop or take a picture? People had to sit still for an hour to take their picture back then. Do you think they're gonna have the time
They had
and the
those
energy?
flash bulb thingies. They could have taken one picture, just one of it, something happening.
Theory number 3. Was it all just an elaborate hoax?
Tell me more.
That's it.
What?
Did she make the whole
like
thing up?
from her.
Yeah, like she made the whole thing up and people went along with it because they wanted publicity.
Oh, shoot. But people said that they saw.
Mm-hmm.
So they were in on it?
Like an elaborate hoax.
So everyone
like
was
the whole
in on it.
city
That
was in on
doctor
it.
was in on
Mm-hmm.
it. Why?
I don't know.
I think theory 1 and 2 are very likely.
Yeah, I think this one's stupid. It's like, okay, you can say that about anything.
Yeah.
It was all a hoax, everyone's in on it. Which brings me to what I believe to be the most credible theory. Theory number 4. Presented by Walter Hubble, who was an actor who lived with Esther for some time during these occurrences. He presented the idea of vital magnetism. This is the belief that suggests that there are parallel worlds where both living and non-living beings exist. Vital refers to life energy and is a great cosmic principle, similar to the relation of various elements towards each other, or affinity. This is an unconscious force that attracts matter to each other, meaning that we as living beings may attract or magnetize other beings, living or dead, of other worlds to our own, resulting in a supernatural phenomenon which we perceive as paranormal. With this explanation, the theory that we as humans are as much ghosts to other worlds as they are to us is very plausible.
So like another dimension?
Basically.
I think that's like so exciting to think about.
Mm-hmm.
And that's it.
Oh my god, I really thought you would buy into this theory. It's so realistic. I mean, there has to be other worlds out there.
Yeah.
So, like, the theory that, like, our energy is pulling their energy because we both have some form of life makes sense to me.
I see.
Like, life attracts life. And maybe because we're in different universes, different, like, worlds, we can't entirely bridge that. So when they manifest here, it's not like a full manifestation, and that's why we perceive it as paranormal.
Okay. And so you're saying that, like, but why can't we go over there?
Maybe we do. Maybe our dreams are us over there.
But we don't, like, why are most paranormal things bad?
That's not true.
You don't think?
No. There's a lot of times that people are like, oh, my house is haunted, and the door closes. That's not bad. People are just scared.
Yeah, but there's a lot of, all these, things that pop up are bad. There's not, oh my gosh, $100 appeared.
No. Because people probably don't have the same currency as us.
Okay, well, what if, oh my gosh, this pretty something appeared?
But, like I said, it can't fully manifest.
But, a knife can be thrown at someone?
Well, hold on. This could be the reason for things, being thrown, because there's an electromagnetic energy that's created from, the pull of the two beings from different worlds, and that could be what creates the electricity. Because the previous theory where the electricity was the factor or whatever, where did it come from? Electricity just spontaneously happened, like a surge of electricity?
Dark matter. But I like theory number 5.
Which brings us to theory number 5. Aliens. Was it aliens? We'll never know.
Yeah, those are all good theories.
What is your take on this whole story?
I mean, I think that she was very traumatized mentally. Who wouldn't be?
True.
So, I think she was very, I don't know why they would put her in jail. She should have gone to asylum.
Well, it's because they thought that she was, setting an arson fire. And that's a crime.
That's true, but, after, because that happened after, she saw these other things. You'd think they would put her in, a mental hospital.
Yeah, but I'm sure at that point in time, they probably didn't have the, proper trial techniques to deduce if someone was insane.
Yeah, definitely.
I mean, come on.
Yeah. Yeah.
Regardless of if this...
Sorry.
Regardless of if this story is in fact true or an elaborate hoax, we may never know what the true cause of Esther's disturbances may be. And this case will forever be left unsolved.
That was good!
I should deserve a Grammy.
You do. A Grammy? Like a musical?
Yeah, my voice was so musical.
It was.
I'm pretty sure that, like, I strained my voice, like, going up and down so much.
Yeah. It was like a lot lower than normal, too.
Yeah, it was painful.